It seems like Clan Imperial Games has put a heavy focus on gameplay loops lately. Of course, we've seen the implementation of salvage with Star Citizen for 3.18 and then 3.19, and also we are going to see, we are seeing a resurgence of piracy thanks to the cargo refactor. But another gameplay loop that is coming up, I believe this year, is going to be Bounty Hunting V2. Now, we've seen hints of Bounty Hunting V2 for quite some time already, as early as last year's Season Con, when Chris Roberts shown a little bit of Squadron 42, and we've seen the bounty hunting pods being pushed around, especially the technology that was required to make this happen, and it was indeed quite impressive, as you can see here on the footage. But we've recently also learned that we are going to have functional security decks from a recent episode of Inside Star Citizen, and this was mentioned in the video that was talking about the brand new Port Olisar, which is also going to be featuring those security decks. And we had a little bit of an Easter egg here where we saw a bounty hunter pushing a bounty hunting pod. But I wanted to check out the roadmap to see how far ahead Bounty Hunting V2 could potentially be. Now, of course, when we look at the progress tracker, it does not mean that the feature will be released. It means that that's when work is expected to be finished, but I still believe that it gives a good indicator, especially when we look at the other items that are required for what we are interested in this case, Bounty Hunting V2. So, Bounty Hunting V2 here looks like is going to have its work completed by the middle of the month of December this year, which could coincide to the release of the end of Q4 2023. Maybe it's going to be of 3.21, I guess, or 3.20.1, because I know we're going to have 3.20 in the third quarter of this year. So what about the fourth quarter? Probably going to be of 3.21. I don't think it's going to be of 4.0, but nevertheless here, this is work that has been going on for 100 weeks. So basically the developers have been working on Bounty Hunting V2 for 2 years at this point, so that's a huge amount of time here. They said that they are going to enable players to track criminals via a mobiGlas security app linked to distress beacons, comms array, air traffic controls, cameras, and NPC informants. This will rely on various new backend tech, including virtual AI and the NPC scheduler and security services. I believe that this is definitely going to be linked with Tony Zurovec's quantum simulation as well. I really believe that we are going to see a lot of this quantum simulation during this year's Season Con 2. Next, with Bounty Hunting V2 come also new missions, some of them for Horizon, which include bounty, assassination, and clear all for missions there. And the bounty hunting missions on Horizon, obviously, we don't have them yet, but I suppose that once we have Bounty Hunting V2, they will be there as well. And the NPC tracker service, which is also a necessity here for this Bounty Hunting V2 gameplay loop here. The NPC tracker tracks and records the actions of players and NPCs. In turn, bounty hunting gameplay will use this service to expose the actions taken by outlaws so that it can be tracked by bounty hunters. This is work that finished earlier this year in February, so it's one of the prerequisites for Bounty Hunting V2, and it's already out there. So there we have it, guys. I really believe that that is the next gameplay loop for Star Citizen, something that players have been waiting for a very long time. What about you? Tell me in the comment section down below, how long have you been waiting for Bounty Hunting V2? Are you yourself a bounty hunter? I am. I love to do that in the game, but it's kind of redundant, right? It's always the same thing. Go to a place, you already have a tracker, kill the enemy, and that's basically it. It's going to be so much more than that. You're going to have to, of course, track your bounty, but then you're gonna have to not destroy them, but probably disable the ship. Well, I guess it's going to depend on whether or not this is a dead or alive bounty. If they are wanted alive, then you're going to have to disable the ship, soft death the ship, which is another reason why soft death is very important. Board the ship, injured or incapacitate the enemy but not kill. So maybe you're gonna have to use energy weapons, or I suppose electricity weapons like the Atzgav, for example, or the Uberef, and then place them in the bounty hunting pod, where you will have to transport them to a security deck if you want to get paid. So a much more complicated loop indeed, that's going to require more expertise, which has always been a staple in Star Citizen. It's always about knowing your craft, getting better at what you do, being more effective per amount of time that you spend doing your task. All of that is very important if you want to be making as much money as possible in the game. So really looking forward to seeing more progress with Bounty Hunting V2. I do believe that we're probably going to see more of that during this season of Inside Star Citizen as well. Guys, that is all for this video. Thank you so much for watching. We've got a giveaway this month. We have a Scorpius and Tharas thanks to Predator Mount. All you have to do is to become a YouTube member or a Patreon member for automatic access. If you want to have access for free, you can also join our Discord channel and join our video sharing contest. The winner of the contest will have maximum entries just like a Patreon or a YouTube member. Guys, I've been Irad. Shout out to Dr. from Zero Crusher and Deplorable Infidel, and I will see you guys later.